Hi, welcome back to another reading vlog. Today I am going to be starting a vlog in which I am reading Throne of Glass for the very first time. I have read some Sarah J. Maas before. I've read the first two books in the ACOTAR series. I liked the first one, ACOTAR, but then the second one, whatever the blue one is, wasn't for me. I didn't like it. I ended up like speed reading through the end, like really skimming. It just wasn't for me. I'd really hoped to like the book. I wanted to get invested in a series. I had high hopes. Everyone really liked it. So I thought, I'm a basic bitch. Of course I'm going to like it. I didn't. So I want to try Throne of Glass. I asked my friend who read all of Sarah J. Maas's entire bibliography. Is that the right word? Last year. She literally read every single Sarah J. Maas book last year. So I asked her if it would be okay if I started Throne of Glass instead, and she said yes. So that's what I'm doing. I'm starting Throne of Glass. I have admittedly already started the book, and I'm 50% of the way through actually. I'm enjoying it a lot. I really like the main characters. The only thing is, like, I'm kind of scared to talk about it because I don't want a Tamlin situation, but like, I don't want to be embarrassed being like, hey, I like Cole or Kale. I like him with Selena. Like, I like him. Dorian's okay too, or Darian, whatever his name is. And then I'm getting stuff on my socials right now about Sam. And I was at the bookstore recently. Like, I was at the bookstore 2 days ago, and I saw the Throne of Glass, the entire series, like in a book set. And I was like, why is that book in front of Throne of Glass? And a nice girl, or like a nice woman, was there. She overheard me talking, and I could kind of tell she knew what was up. So I was like, kind of being like, please tell me the answer. And she did. And she was like, no, that's a prequel. You don't want to read that first. You want to read it a few books in. And so now I'm wondering, is that a book about Sam? Because I saw something on social media where people were talking about like her true love being Sam. And I'm like, I don't really know much about Sam. So obviously there's flashback or something. So I don't know. But yeah, I like Kale. If that makes me like, if this is akin an event where that's like normal, please just bear with me. I'm living my first life. But yeah, so I really like it. I'm reading it pretty quickly. Well, I'm not reading it pretty quickly, but when I do sit down to read it, I'm getting a good chunk done and I'm having a lot of fun. So, welcome to the first vlog of 2025, where hopefully I fall into the Sarah J. Maas universe and enjoy it for the first time. Take a video. It's so snowy. Hello. Update time. I have finished Throne of Glass and I ended up rating it 4 stars. I finished it a few days ago and I just had so much fun. I really want to read more of it, but unfortunately I have to read Pineapple Street for my book club. Otherwise, I would be like instantly into book number 2. I'm just really excited that I like it so much. And there are a lot of things that this book is doing successfully for me that I wasn't expecting. So first of all, I really like Selena. She's a female lead character that I actually root for, whereas in ACOTAR, like, I didn't like Feyre. So that's refreshing to like the main female protagonist. And then I have no idea if it's a love triangle or what's going on with Dorian. Oh god, like 2 days off of the book and I forget his name, but the Crown Prince, and then Kaol. I really liked all of that. I would kind of find myself getting frustrated with her. You know, like, how are you so kind of indecisive between the two, or just, I don't know, leading both of them on? But then at the same time, I was like, I don't know which one I like best either. And she's not leading them on, so that's like a bit rude of me to say about her, but I understand how she has different relationships with both of them and how both of them just like deserve that time together. So I really liked her relationship with both of the men. Really liked both men. Usually I wouldn't like a crown prince of the like evil king, but he's nice because he's not like the king, and like I have hope that he'll do the right things. I could be embarrassing myself completely because I have no idea what the hell this like whole series is about or how it shifts, and maybe I'm setting myself up for heartbreak. I definitely preferred like Kaol or whatever. I just found him cuter. I liked his like relationship with her. I liked that he was like longing for her. I guess like not an enemies to lovers kind of way, whereas like I think it's Dorian, the Prince Dorian, whatever. He was like more obvious about it, right? Like he was just like, I like her, I want to get to know her. And Kaol was kind of like, why am I looking at her? I don't know. So I liked all of it. I thought it was cute. I liked her friendships with Nehemiah. I thought she was awesome. Really think she's a cool character. Like excited to get to know her better. The mean girl, like I don't know, maybe she has like a redemption arc or something. Or she's even ruder and the worst and she dies. I don't know. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into book number 2. So far, I'm enjoying it. I'm just excited. I just want to be in that world, and I just feel like I have so many great books that I need to read right now. I did also start Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson. I'm only like 30% of the way through. It's not a very long book. This is my IRL book club book, and it is so far about 3 women. They're all in the same family. 2 are sisters and 1 is a sister-in-law, and it's set in like Brooklyn, New York, present day, which is super kind of different from what I've been reading lately, so it's refreshing. So far, it's just about these 3 women navigating their life. One is a mother of 2 kids. The other is like a new young professional, so they're sisters. And then their brother is married to the third kind of main character, and she's kind of navigating fitting into this family, and they're kind of like waspy upper crust Brooklynites, and honestly they're nightmares. It'd be awful to marry into this family. They're weird, and the 2 sisters, because it's multi-POV, there's 3 POVs, and the 2 sisters both say like crappy things about, to me she's almost like, she's not the main character, but in my head she is. I think her name's Sasha. They say like really crappy things about her, and I'm just like, you're weird. Like, one of the sisters like, she just tries too hard. I'm like, yeah, because she's trying to impress you, and clearly you're hard to impress. Hi, Freya. So far really enjoying it. It's a book that when I'm reading it, I'm having fun, but I don't want to pick it up. Right now, I just want to pick up the second Throne of Glass. Ooh, Blue Jays, 2 of them. And then the other night, I was having a hard time, or I knew I needed to get to sleep, and I was like, went to bed early. Hi, Buggy Boo. How are you? Hi. You're so pretty. Oh, yes, you are. Thank you so much, girlfriend. Anyways, I was trying to get to sleep, and I even like made a joke in the group chat, and they were like, oh, why don't you do nonfiction? I was like, yo, I have the perfect nonfiction. So I started reading this. Certainly, I'm not going to get close to finishing anytime soon, but I actually enjoyed it way more than I thought. So it's the personal memoirs of Ulysses S. Grant, who was a former president as well as Army General for the Union. I don't know. Yes, okay, Union Forces. So I only got to page 8, but I had to do like a ton of like forewords and prefaces and all that kind of like gave me a history, and now I'm in like the meat and potatoes of like, it's actually Ulysses S. Grant's words now. And I was a little worried that it would be a bit too dense because the language from when it was originally written in 1885. Sometimes I struggle with like older English, but this is actually written in a way that's pretty easy to follow and not too hard to like keep up with. I'm using my really pretty, I don't know if you can, oh shit, I just lost my spot, but my really pretty bookmark that Michelle got me, since I thought it was like apropos. Super interesting so far, and I actually was getting into it and it wasn't putting me to sleep, so kind of backfired there, but I'll just like keep picking at this book probably throughout the year, just like to kind of put me to sleep. I don't know if I like war books. I like history, I know that much. I don't know how interesting I will find reading about the Civil War, particularly about like a country that's not mine. Once I get to like a battle or two, I'll kind of be able to gauge if I like it and if I'll keep going with it. But yeah, that's kind of the update. Big update. But now my workday is over. I have bingo tonight with Court, so I'll bring you guys along for a little bit. And I hope to get a little bit read of this. My incentive to read this is that it means, well, it doesn't even mean I can pick up whatever the second Throne of Glass book is, because I have a whole TBR that I need to get through. But the more I read, the sooner I'll get to Throne of Glass. And I have Onyx Storm coming soon, so that's exciting. Lots of exciting things. Okay, you have 30 seconds to find me a book. Go.
Oh my god, no, they're
30 seconds. Go.
I need more than that.
Okay, 90. Okay.
I would have actually picked something that I didn't even read this.
Confessions of the Shy Baker. Oh, that's so cute. It's a manga.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually looks really cute. Hello and welcome to the end of the vlog. I ended up finishing Pineapple Street. I used the Cawpile method, Cawpile, but I ended up rating it 3.5. I don't really like novels that don't have a clear or plot at all. I don't do well with that type of book. Sorry, my hand's shaking. And that's this type of book. It's just about three women, this family in Brooklyn that has a lot of wealth and kind of them navigating different aspects of life. I will say the writing was very good. The characters were really well fleshed out. I could picture everything perfectly. So in that sense, it was great. When I was reading it, I wasn't hating it. And honestly, probably the reason I was kind of like, okay, I'm ready to be done is I just want to get back to Throne of Glass. So in that regard, it's not fair for me to be like, oh, I hated reading it. I didn't. I just wanted to be reading something different. But at the same time, like, I never wanted to pick this book up. I didn't like 2 out of the 3 characters. Sometimes they would grow on me and like, there were certain aspects of every single character that I was interested in. I was interested in where they were going, what they were doing. But then they would do or say something and I'm like, you're so unlikable. You're so unrelatable. I just like don't like you. Like, so that made it more challenging and made me not want to pick it up again. The family was super weird. They would do stuff and like I just found the parents insufferable. Not my type of people. I don't want to hang out with them. They would make kind of questionable choices sometimes. And then the ending was like quick. You know when you're reading a book, and I thought the pace of the book honestly was actually pretty quick. The author Jenny, I think her name's Jenny. Anyways, she never like lingered too long on anything. It all went really quickly. So I really liked that as well. The ending though felt like random and just like, whoop, happy ending. And I was like, the fuck? Okay. Like I was on sprints and the like thing happened and I was like, what? And then at the end, the epilogue, it was nothing. I don't know. So it was just like random. I was like, okay, weird ending to a kind of crappy book that I didn't really like. Not for me, but I could see its merit. And I do think it was well written. And I do think the characters were well fleshed out. So in that sense, not a bad book, just not my type. But it will make for a really great book club discussion. At the end of the day, that's kind of what's important because all 3 characters, there's a lot to talk about all of them and like the choices they make and would you make the same choices, blah, blah, blah. So that's it. But yeah, that's the end of the vlog. Thanks so much for following all the way through. Let me know if you've read either of the books. Probably you've read Throne of Glass. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.